With 134 national event wins and 15 championships, there is no arguing that 64-year-old John Force is the godfather of funny car racing. And on this funny car weekend, he's already taken out his daughter Courtney Force and the 2011 champ Matt Hagan to reach the semifinals against this man, a man younger than his youngest daughter Courtney, 24-year-old Blake Alexander, who got rid of the reigning champion Jack Beckman and Bob Tasca. All of this from the number 15 qualifying spot. So in the funny car semifinal, Mike Dunn, youth versus experience, which one will win out?
Boy, it's going to be a good matchup, but look at those numbers. You talk about some experience. 1,122 round wins to 4 for Blake Alexander, but don't count the kid out.
Big difference could be Paul Smith as we're ready to race today at the Ford Thunder Valley Nationals. Funny cars, it's time to get to the semifinals as we start with highlights going all the way back to round number 1, where Blake Alexander may have been the number 15 qualifier, but Jack Beckman is the reigning champion. Has problems early, and that's all that Blake, his crew chief Paul Smith, need to race into round number 2.
Then next.
Now Blake Alexander is back again, this time to take on the number 7 qualifier, Bob Tasca, who heads to his neck of the woods next week when the series goes to Epping. Will he go there with momentum, or can Blake make the Cinderella shoe fit one more time? Oh, you gotta love Paul Smith.
Wow.
Just give him an A to B tune-up, and Blake can handle the rest. So the funny car ladders, we look forward to the semifinals here today at the Ford NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals. Finds Del Worsham in a Toyota, taking on Cruz Pedregon also in a
qualifier, but when it's hot, he goes right down the racetrack and he's in the final.
Now we turn our attention to John Force, who is riding a 31-race winless streak. To get the opportunity to end that, he's going to have to beat Blake Alexander, who back at the 4-wide Nationals raced in the finals for the first time ever. Well, what do you say we get to know a little bit more about Blake Alexander, the funny car rising star?
Hi, I'm Blake Alexander, driver of the Auto Service Plus Funny Car. I was born in Glendora, California, and now I live on the East Coast in Roanoke, Virginia. Graduated from Radford University in December of 2012, and I got my degree in Public Relations and Communications. My worst job was a ditch digger for a turf and irrigation company in Virginia, where I'd start with a pick and a shovel at the bottom of a hill and work my way up to the very top. First race car was my junior dragster. By the time I was 15, I sold it and started getting funds together for a big car. What surprised me most about driving a field funny car is when the clutch kicks in, it leaves again, sets you back in the seat, and sends you on your way to 300 miles an hour. I love driving a funny car, but when I'm away from the track, I also wakeboard competitively. An interesting fact about me is I used to work for Uta Select Auto Plus, working in the warehouse, and now I get the opportunity to drive the funny car.
So from one of the young guns to one of the old pros. A little drama getting to the line. Did that unsettle you at all, Cruz?
Oh, of course, man. I was a nervous wreck in there. And, you know, you just try to take a couple deep breaths, but I was trying to make sure my belts were on tight and just didn't have time. But, hey, you know what? That just goes to show the crew, you know, the team, you know, I'm sorry, not Kurt, but Warrior and all our guys, you know, that, hey, this team is a young team, but these guys are good. I mean, that's why the Snap-on Tools car can go around like this. It's just things like that. They get it done, and under the pressure, man, it's awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And on this Father's Day weekend, Mike, we've been talking a lot about the nitro generation and whether there actually is a nitro gene. Well, we just met Blake Alexander. He was born in Glendora, California, so maybe it's in the water.
It might be, huh? Southern California, that might have something to do with it, too.
You heard Blake mention that junior dragster. Well, he used to race it right here at Bristol Dragway. So coming back now in Nitro Funny Car, he gets goosebumps walking in.
And why wouldn't you? Now he has to race the champ. It's youth versus experience. Just 40 years and a few wins, a few championships separated the two today in Bristol. Boy, does Mike Neff have a handle on this tune-up? Yes, he does. You suggested the numbers for John Force's winning time slip in the second round were probably about right there. He deep staged in that race. Didn't hear, may have gotten it all.
He didn't deep stage. Had 9:12, 60-foot time. He was 9:50 range in the previous round, so it's about 0.04 of a second. So, as I said, that round previous was probably about the same last time he saw here. As you said, Mike Neff is